LDNRBS. We have another special guest in the room.
Special, you know.
Mr. You're hilarious.
Special.
Mr. Ransom. Let's give him a clap out here. And I'm sure you guys know.
Aberdeen's very own.
Exactly. Unless you've been under a rock from BBC Rap Show. Mr. Man, hello.
You get me what's happening. I'm good, man. I'm happy to be
here. Everybody from LDN just waiting to hear the accent straight away too. They want to hear the Scottish accent.
Say Aberdeen.
Say it. You gotta say it.
Aberdeen. But like, when you guys say it, you're like Aberdeen, you sound like a robot and stuff. Like
Aberdeen.
Too many letters.
Yeah.
Right.
It's mad.
Right. You gotta chill out and say it. Aberdeen.
Yeah, Aberdeen.
Yeah, you could.
There we go. I tried.
Aberdeen.
You don't think about it.
I'm not thinking about it.
No, you're like Aberdeen.
Aberdeen.
Mad.
That's a bit better. It's more
I give up. I ain't doing it no more. Yeah. Anyway, it's so good to have you here, man.
For sure.
You have literally come out on tops, it seems like, anyway.
Yeah,
and for those
week.
who don't know, obviously the BBC Rap Game is on every week. It's the talk of the town right now. Everyone's going in on it, and of course you're on there. So I think we should reel it back, take a step back for those who don't know you or haven't even watched the Rap Game. You introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Ransom FA. I'm a lyricist. I'm not just like a grime MC or a rap MC. I'm a lyricist because I love writing lyrics. I write songs. I write all these different kind of things. But yeah, I'm based in North Scotland, Aberdeen.
Sick.
Obviously, we said that like 10 million times already.
Yeah.
But I represent for the whole of Scotland because the kind of scene we have, it's like the whole of the country kind of thing. Because we're trying to push the whole thing forward. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just an MC lyricist who's been grinding for the past, 10 years. Just literally just grinding.
How old are you?
25.
You've been grinding for the last 10 years. When you say it like that, I hear that's real.
Trust me,
that's real.
15-year-old man was writing bars, cutting about, thinking I was Lil Wayne or something.
As you do.
But you gotta like keep going, especially in a place where I'm from, where it's like you don't necessarily have role models. Like there's older people that rap, but there's no one like trying to do it on a level. And
this is why I feel like this is a very interesting conversation that we're about to have. Because even down to the show, we're gonna go further back, but even down to the show, you just seem very enthusiastic. One thing I like about you is that you're just enthusiastic. You're happy, whereas a lot of people sometimes they're a bit moody on the show. You seem to be very just enthusiastic to be there and just to work. Well, go on.
Can we just talk about episode 1 for a second?
Yeah.
Where like you literally get in the hotel and you go on the bed and you break the bed already, like.
And then you looked right at the camera like, is someone gonna get at me?
I looked there like, what's gonna happen now?
They're gonna escort you out
the rest of the time.
Oh, serious?
Really?
So you chose your bed really just from that moment?
Life happens. But it's cool.
No.
You see me and Jay Lucia fixing it.
Yeah.
No, but sorry, that was just like funny. But
I thought like at least if it was big BBC Three, you know what I mean? The bed should
supply you something else.
Secure my weight.
Yeah, it's real.
I don't think I jumped on it that madly. You know what I mean? I thought it was just a bit.
You did take a big jump. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought it was a bit of a
It was like you stepped into your life.
Going back, let's bring it all the way back. So you were born in Scotland?
Nah, actually, mad one. I was born in Nigeria.
Okay.
I moved to Scotland when I was 1 year old.
Wow.
So like. You get me? Like I don't even remember what I did last week. Talk about 1 year old. You get what I mean? So
you've literally lived
my whole life.
I'm so in because we all know me. You know what I talk about all the time. Yeah. But like, tell me about growing up in Scotland. Like, tell me about the experience growing up in Scotland.
Because to me, it's all I know. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
So like.
And being from the scene, this is also. I think that's really what I'm trying to. Because growing up in Scotland is not a damn. It's not like
being from the scene
and being black as well.
The way I've always seen it. We'll talk about being black first because the scene.
Yeah, it's too different. Yeah.
So growing up in Scotland, like you got to remember, it's not that I was the only black guy in the village. Do you get what I mean?
Right.
Like from early, there were still black families, still ethnic families. Like it was late 1990.
Yeah.
You get me? Those kind of times, and you got to remember. Aberdeen's the oil capital of Europe. You get me? And where there's oil, there's Nigerians.
Didn't know that.
You know what I mean?
Well, you just taught me something I can't like. Where there's oil, there's Nigerians. There's a lot of Nigerians. Just true.
He's true.
You know, I'm
and our Ghanaian cameraman is like,
brothers there claiming they made you off of that.
Ransom is going in today, boy.
We got a bit of Nigerian Ghanaian beef ready.
Mad.
But yeah, anyway, so what was I saying? So yeah, I was in Aberdeen.
Yeah.
There was a lot of other like black families. Not a lot. Let me take that back. There was people that I grew up with, and they've been there for the same amount of time. To get me nowadays, there's a lot of people. I feel like over the past 10, 15 years,
evolution.
You get me? That's just how it is. People decide, like, you know what? Yeah, let's go up to Scotland. It's nice. There's space. You can actually drink from the tap.
And when they see on TV, there's someone called Ransom from Scotland, like you'd be like, oh, may as well go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I heard the Scotland thing, I was like, gasp.
I'm sure everybody was, because this isn't a common thing.
It's not a common thing. It's not to say that there's no black people up there.
It's quite common. Like if you look at my music videos or people that I cut about with, there's a lot of other black people.
Yeah.
But I think like there's not been a black person who's actually like, I'm Scottish in the media. Like, can you name me a famous Scottish black person?
No.
It's not to say that there isn't, but do you get what I mean? It's like
not in the forefront.
There's not enough for not enough.
How do you feel about everybody's surprise at a black Scottish MC? How do you feel?
I'm not. The surprise doesn't surprise me anymore. You know what I mean? Like I expect if someone's not surprised, I'm like, what are you saying, bro?
Love that. Love that.
I can imagine. So what was it like going to school as well?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I don't know. I just seem to get on with people. So like, maybe my perspective is not the same as everyone's perspective. But I enjoyed school. Do you get what I mean? And like the people that I hung about with, we just got on. And not to say that there wasn't problems or there wasn't like times that people have been racist to me. But I feel like maybe that
there was
anyone.
Yeah, was that common?
No. Personally, from my experience, not common. I mean, not like it wasn't common, but like I really got on with people. I don't know, I just seemed to just get on with people. You know what I mean? And like even from primary school, I was writing lyrics, and some of my friends they would be like, they weren't even heavy into rap, but they were into rap. 50 Cent, Eminem, those types. It's like cool, keep doing your lyrics. You know what I mean? So like those times also inspired me and pushed you forward. Do you get what I'm saying? So
how did you handle the racism?
This
not
is gonna
easy.
sound mad.
It doesn't.
Pre this. I sometimes feel like I come to England and it's more racist than Scotland.
Really?
You get me? I can't explain it.
That's
But
it's a self-conscious racism.
Like, if you come to Scotland, people in Scotland are friendly. Not to say that there isn't racism. There's still a lot. But like, I don't know. People down in England just seem to be, I don't know, very segregated. Whereas like, Scotland is like, it's kind of a weird.
Yeah. Like everyone's kind
context,
of a community essentially.
Like Scotland, like there's not like South Aberdeen or North Aberdeen. You just live in Aberdeen, and if you live in Aberdeen, it doesn't matter where you're from. You live in Aberdeen. Do you get what I mean? And then therefore it's like a melting pot kind of thing. That's just my perspective. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you also got to remember there is a lot of ignorance, which due to not maybe there being a lot of
education in that
black
field.
People or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like you just meet people that you haven't seen before, you'll be ignorant to certain things. You get me?
And we're all human beings, and that would happen. Yeah.
So that's kind of growing up black in Scotland. Personally, I enjoyed it. Do you get what I mean? Like,
that's
a
good.
different perspective.
That's
and then
good.
being in the industry, now that's a complete different thing.
Talk to us.
For me, I feel like in this day and age, we're blessed. You know what I mean? Like social media has changed everything. Like if it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't be in the industry because like I lived so far away that like. For me to be in the industry, I had to work with certain artists or like connect with them online, and then for some reason, a lot of artists though from England do come up to Scotland.
Really?
Business reasons, I don't know. I mean, that's
it's the oil capital, as you said. So money.
Yeah, we've all learned something today.
We've all learned something today.
I can't help but think also spiritually now. There's a lot of people from London that start being rappers or start being MCs because they can see the fruits in which it's getting right now. Not necessarily because they are good or they even want, but to be from Scotland when you started, there probably wasn't.
Bro, people weren't even taking London rap serious at the time. Do you get what I mean? The times when I was started, and I went through different parts where I was finding out my sound. Like if you listen to my old songs, I would have sounded like an American guy, maybe, or I would have had times where I sounded English. But when it comes to a point where you understand that the thing that makes you unique and different to everyone else is what's going to help you succeed in the long run.
100%.
Just focus on it, and then that's kind of where I got to. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's now possible. And like for me, I want to be able to be like to all the young generation, all the young team, be like, listen, it's possible. Look, I'm chilling with Captain Conan. Imagine a guy from North Scotland, like, bro, that's like, see where the map goes like this. We're in the pinnacle, you know what I mean? And like imagine being from up there and being able to connect with certain people in the sea.
North.
Like North.
You
go to
forever.
Glasgow, you still go 2.5 hours.
Christ, yeah, that's far. So what even got you into music in the first place?
Jeez, I've always loved music. Do you get what I mean? Like I think it's my family. My sister used to play a lot of instruments.
Sick.
And my brother was just heavy into grime. Like I'm talking Bear Share days. Man would have every grime chat. Like, tunes that like I come to London and man in London are like, wait, what tune is that? And I'm like, that's an old school tune. Don't you know your history, mate?
Love it.
So my brother, he was heavy into it, and because of that, I realized like, yo, I love music. It's an expression. You get me? If I was angry, music. You get me? If I was sad, music. Especially like times when I was just like, I don't know. I wanted more out of life. Do you get what I mean? I've always known I wanted more out of life. Do you know what I'm saying? So music was just something that I feel like was a great expression to like move forward. So yeah.
So now fast forwarding onto the show. Now where a lot of new fans have come your way. Yeah. Now I want to ask about just meeting Krept and Conan, Target, that whole experience. Tell me about how it's been behind the scenes.
It's crazy. Like, to be fair, it's the second time I met Krept and Conan.
Right.
Because they came up to Glasgow in 2014. I supported them.
Sick.
But it was kind of a hectic. It was a club night. You get what I mean? So it was those kind of nights where you may be supporting them, but you probably don't even get a chance to chat to them. So that's the first time they were ever like on my radar. It was kind of a mad one. But meeting them in this context where, you know, you guys are the selected 7 that we want
literally
to potentially sign. Do you get what I mean? It was kind of crazy, especially over the weeks where they're giving us different tasks. We met DJ Target as well. He's a major plug in this music thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of mind blowing.
I could imagine.
What made you even think to apply for the show?
Truthfully, I didn't apply.
They scouted you.
Yeah, they called.
Yeah. Is that you? Yeah.
But is that you?
Man's getting scouted and that.
I mean, they must have been like, where else could we have in the country? You get me? A black Scotsman.
No,
literally.
It was good. So obviously, when you kind of joined the show, obviously you are up against, I should say, the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
So
who you must have been looking at one. Okay, now let's be honest. I'm sure you probably gained a rapport with all of them, but you must have been looking at one of them thinking, I know. Who was that?
For me, like, when I went to the house, and if I wasn't even a contestant, imagine I'd be like, if I listened to anyone's music, it's FOS or Kiko.
100%.
For me, FOS, you see me in the show. Anytime he spit, I'm like, I get gassed because
you're the biggest hype man for everyone. Literally, you're the one in the back going in.
You and FOS's bromance is so sweet.
Hey, she called it a bromance.
Although I'm not gonna lie to you, when you guys went into that rap battle, you lot's friendship was there too. Like, you were showing your skills, but I wanted one of you lot to just go a little bit below. Just go in a little bit.
To at them.
Take his head off.
See me, if the show was a clashing show, it would have been different. You know what I mean? But because it was a task within the show, they put me against the guy that I was sharing a room with. We had real deep combos. Like, you get what I mean? Like,
you didn't want to.
I'm not going to cross a line for a task in which, like, it's not going to change my whole life. To get
real,
I'm still going to go in to the best of my ability. And 2, clashing's not even something that I really like to do. If I'm going to spend time writing, why would I want to spend time cussing someone out?
True.
How's that going to move me forward in life? But nonetheless, that's my thoughts. Do you get what I mean? So essentially, just with that, we were just like, cool, we'll go into it. And there was a lot of other stuff that happened. You know, it was a bit hectic because other people weren't sure how to stand, and then it got all tense in the house. But I knew what I was doing, and FOS knew what he was doing. So I think like him and Kiko's clash got a bit feisty, do you get what I'm saying? And then like and he had 2 clashes to think about. Do you get what I'm saying? So it kind of is what it is. Do you get what I mean?
And essentially, you know, Krept, Conan, Target, they didn't go easy on none of you guys. Even from the first episode, they kind of threw you guys in the deep end. They kind of put you guys on the spot there.
And one thing that Jay Lucia also, he was here a couple weeks ago. Lucia,
you've had
he come in
twice.
a couple. I know he'll probably DM.
I know.
But one thing that he said is that on the show they literally give you the tasks and you guys don't know anything. I thought that's a beautiful part of it.
We'll turn up. We don't even know what like artists is coming in.
Amazing.
We'll be like, yo. Like when Gets came in, I was gassed. I love Gets.
Yeah, what was that like?
I was like, Gets. You probably see it anyway.
We
that, mate. It was mad.
And obviously having to perform in front of them as well, because I remember when I watched it, and I think Miss came in first. Miss was the first person to come in. How did that feel?
It was kind of crazy, you know. Like these are people that I've looked up to in the scene for time, but like in a weird way, that was the least of my issues. Not the least of my issues, but like. Because I've seen a lot of these artists. I've met Miss before because when he came up to Scotland, I supported him. To get what I mean, a lot of these guys when they come up to Scotland, I've like collabed with them. So my case is just to make sure my delivery, everything's on point, and that's all that's running through my head. Obviously, it's crazy when you meet these people like, you know, NSG. Who else did we meet? JK. I didn't actually meet those guys, but man, he's a
Why didn't you meet
still.
JK?
Because that was the day that I came. You haven't watched the episode,
I told you I'm episode behind.
Let's not even talk to her. Let's just move on. Fine
then. I'm not watching it at all then. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
All right, we'll see you later.
But yeah. So, going forward,
Yeah.
you this week are number 1.
Yeah, yeah.
Dun, dun,
Tell me about how that
dun.
feels, because you weren't number 1 for a while.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's the first week you've been number 1, right?
First week.
So how did that feel?
Feels sick, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially because I love performing. See, when it comes to like music, that's one thing I love to get getting on stage, interacting with the crowd. So to win this week, I was gassed. To be
Sick.
honest.
It must be a good feeling. So, what are your thoughts and opinions on Lady Ice?
Lady Ice, she's sick.
Yeah,
she's sick. Have you like her flows are like on the next level? Like when she goes in, like I just get gassed, to be honest. And then obviously you've seen this week, she can kind of mix it up. Like I make a Louie, all that, you get me, that kind of vibe.
She's sick.
So
I asked that because obviously she had a bit of like a tiff with Jay Lucia, so I was just wondering if
like one thing you'll get about me is like I'm not really into the drama.
Yeah, you can see that.
you can tell that about you.
And I get on with people, so if there's drama, they probably have drama, and I'm like, you lot, if you want to do that, you have your
Leave me out
Hollywoods
of it.
over there. But like,
Hollywood.
business, music, that's what I'm here for. You know?
Real.
So, how has your life changed since you've been on the show?
It's been crazy, especially in Scotland, because a lot of people, like, I had a lot of support in Scotland before, but now it's like, when they see people like Krept and Conan and all these other people on a weekly basis like respecting you and like showing you love, then it's like it's almost like, yo, this guy's completely made it. Do you get what I mean? So it's crazy to see like for instance, when I was just leaving Scotland, I got a message from one of these kids and he was like, yo, how many likes come to our school? And I was like, that's cool. Like I just got to London that day and I was going to fly back the next day and I was like, okay, 500 likes. Because I was just cutting about. Literally, he messaged me like a couple hours later. He's like, yo, bro, I got that. What time you come to my school? I was like, nah. And then
what time you coming, you know?
So then I was like, cool, I promised I will go. So this was like literally the day before. So this was on the Sunday and I was meant to fly to London on the Thursday. So like what I did was I was like, I'll come to your school on Tuesday. And then since during the lead up to that point, I had over like another 1,000 messages from different school kids. Come to our school, please. Yo, come to our school. How many likes? So like, I like to like at least respond to them and give them a little something. So I'll be like, yo, 500 likes, 500 likes. And so many people have just been hitting me up. But I actually ended up going to that school. Mate, it was mosh pits everywhere. Like they had to stop like certain amount of years coming in because it was getting too hectic. So like only the older kids can come in. My mom was getting messages from some of these kids saying, I tried to break in, I got detention, but it doesn't matter.
I love it.
That's so crazy.
The reception, especially up north, has been crazy.
What? Okay.
No, go on.
What do you personally want to achieve in this game?
What do I want to do in this rap game and the music game?
Everything.
In
Being Ransom.
My aim is to push the scene that I represent forward and like get to a point where it's like it's an acceptable thing to be from Scotland, or there's people in Scotland who can look up, be like, yo, I want to be like this guy, and it means they don't have to change or like put on some sort of front. People can genuinely be themselves. So I want to do what I do best, make music, push it. I'm starting a label as well, which I'm going to sign some of the hardest artists that are coming up in Scotland. Like,
this is what I'm talking about. Business. I love that.
Business.
I rate that. I
love business. Like.
So you need to spill the tea with all of us. What is the crazy things that happen behind the scenes that we don't get to see?
You know, Ransom's the 1 out of the 7 that won't spill.
I don't know about drama and that.
Not drama, just like anything. Like I'm assuming you guys, like after they stop filming, you guys like turn up and have like exactly.
But you know what it is, I wish I could tell you, this happened. We played Monopoly one night. I was mad. Jay Lucia thinks he's the king of Monopoly.
I'm sure he does.
I got in trouble by saying chefing people up at certain things. Like I didn't know it was like
it's
political.
a thing.
But like at FIFA, if you get chefed up at FIFA, there's like context. But my guy was like, nah.
Don't say that.
Like, bro, just don't say that.
Yeah, it's a completely different context. 100%.
That is crazy.
So we just kind of just kick back, really, though. And a lot of the time, we were trying to just focus on tasks, you know what I'm saying? And we had long days filming, and then tomorrow we may have to write a track. So you get what I mean? You don't want to go on a mad one every night, and then like. You know what I mean?
And what would you say you found the most difficult throughout this whole experience?
What did I find the most difficult?
Or have found? Or are finding?
Throughout the rap game experience?
Yeah, just this whole experience. Because obviously it's been a massive change for you.
Yeah. I guess for me, personally, what I found most difficult was just making... Like, I'm a perfectionist. So making sure that, one, I'm achieving what I need to do, but two, I'm not being overcritical on myself, if that makes sense. Because if in my head, I'm like, nah, I've completely messed that up, then, I don't know, it might change how I move in the next task. But if I just thought to myself, listen, regardless, I've done the best that I can do. We keep it moving. That was kind of the most difficult thing for me to conquer. And then if it was in terms of tasks, the one that I wouldn't say difficult, but was the clash, do you get what I mean? Especially when I had to clash FOS, do you get what I mean? It's not to say I would have clashed anyone else and just gone all guns blazing. You know what I mean? But it was a difficult...
I'll clash anyone.
Do you believe...
Come on, anyone.
I'll clash anyone.
Do you believe if you both wasn't taking it easy on each other, do you believe you would have won?
What, against FOS?
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
Are you trying to start trouble, fam?
I'm just going to ask the question that everyone wants to hear.
Come on.
This is the question I wanted to hear.
True say... I don't know. Like, that's how much I respect FOS in the clash. Like, he is.
That's his home ground. So
he's got a lot of home grounds there.
Yeah.
But, like, he's good at clashing. Like, you know what I mean? He just did Lord of the Mics and he was lethal, bro. Do you get what I mean? So, like, I don't know. Truth say, we might just have to battle it out for banner one more time.
There we go.
I mean, if you battle it out, can you do it on the show? Because that would be like...
you wanna battle on the show?
Do it on LDNRBS on the weekend.
Let me be truthful. More times it probably wouldn't happen because I don't like clashing.
Yeah.
Maybe next time he comes in, I'll come in with some bars ready. I'll catch him on the spot.
You never know what's going to happen. The trainer might set you another task and you might have to clash him again. You don't know what's going to happen.
That's true.
And even with that being said, how have you handled the pressure? Because obviously you're being filmed as well. You know, you're having to write, you're having to perform, and you've got the pressure of it being Conan, Target and all of that, but then you've also got the pressure of the cameras and being on national TV. So
it's kind of mad. I mean, I like pressure. I don't like pressure, but I feel like okay, cool. Like I can thrive under pressure. Like like it helps me. Like if I know that I have to memorize this for tomorrow, then boy, I'm gonna memorize it for tomorrow. Do you get what I mean? Even if I lose certain parts, there's no way I can flop. Do you get what I'm saying? Because
does it feel like the cameras like? Can you see that? Like, how do I say this? But like, you know, when you're being filmed, can you tell that you're? Does it feel like you're being filmed? Like, you know, like subconsciously you're being filmed.
Like, for instance, when you start speaking, sometimes like, I can't explain it, but your speech kind of gets like I feel like in the first couple episodes we were all a bit stiff. You know, when you watch yourself, you're all a bit like robots, not robots, but kind of just like getting accustomed to it. And then like, you know, like for instance, I watched this latest episode. I thought it was funny because that was the kind of stuff that we were doing, just chatting shit in the car, but it was on the camera because we just got used to it. Do you get what I'm saying? So it takes a bit of time getting like really comfortable with the camera. But I mean, essentially, I don't really mind. I've done a lot of kind of stuff like up in Scotland for the BBC and stuff, so it's like I'm used to kind of the filming process. Do you get what I mean?
I got that camera presence. So
camera presence,
let's talk your shows, because I know even before the rap game, I've been following you for a while, even before the rap game, and I know you do a lot of good performances.
Come on, big up.
So,
she's a fat. I mean, joking.
Yeah, I am.
Live life, own it.
Yeah, exactly. I own my stuff.
Get me Ransom.
Real.
But yeah, no, obviously, from what I see anyway, your shows, they look really lively. Like, you definitely know how to entertain a crowd. So describe me what your first performance was like.
My first performance was years. I must have been like 16, 17. But like my first notable performance, I would say, kind of changed things was when Big Narsty came.
Big Narsty, I love it.
Big Narsty,
Big Narsty.
Love that. When he came, were you DJing that day? That's my DJ, right?
Big up the DJ.
Shout out to you.
Hey.
Get me. Anyway, Big Narsty came up, and this is 2016. I released a lot of tracks, but then during 2016 for me, I would say is a pivotal year because I kind of like stepped back, learned how to mix and master, not so I could do it, just so I could chat to my sound engineer and so we could speak the same language. Do you get what I mean? Like I had to learn it so I could step back. Essential. You get me? It's important. So anyway, I did that, and then 2016 I came back with like Sounds of the North, which is the first EP that you'll find on Spotify, and then with that it was kind of like some heavy grimy sounds with like kind of like a feel for what we have up north. And then I remember Big Narsty was doing a gig 2016 and that was just mad. We went down, I got him to be like, stand free, big up the Aberdeen crew. I have a video of it somewhere. That was so crazy. But I can't fully remember if I answered your question, but nonetheless that was one of the first shows that I ever did. And like, for me, anytime I do a show, it's about just energy. Like I don't care if there's 1 million people or 10 people. Like those 10 people are gonna party like there's Celestia on earth. You get me? So,
are you in favour of the mosh pits?
I love mosh pits.
You love a mosh pit, innit? I can tell.
I come from that kind of, you know, like sometimes I did a lot of grime raves, especially in Scotland, because we had a lot of grime music, like between 2016 even to now. Do you get what I mean? There's like a lot of grime raves. So like anytime we do a set, everyone would have their like 20-minute set, then there'd just be like 2 hours of just barring at the end, passing the mic one after the other, and then waiting for the reload, going crazy. So like, mosh pits all the time doing
all the time.
Stuff, you get what I mean?
Sick. In the next 5 years, where is Ransom?
Where is Ransom? Good question. Next 5 years, where isn't Ransom? That's the plan.
Talk your talk.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to have bases. Like for me, where I'm living, I'm trying to have bases everywhere. Do you get what I mean? And well, I want to have a base down here. I want to be able to go back up to Scotland, maybe have a place internationally. But in the next 5 years, I just want to build myself so that I'm at a position where people are respecting the music, so that I can then push the whole scene forward, and then it just keeps moving. Do you get what I mean?
And I've got to ask this question because even down to starting LDNRBS, I've noticed just how much this is nationwide. It's worldwide, really, but nationwide, this whole rap thing, everything. So I want to ask, how did you make that transition from being in Scotland and saying, you know what, I'm going to make this happen? I haven't got this big radio station here. I haven't got this big brand right here, right next to me, but I'm still going to make this happen. How did you make it happen?
For me, it was a case of like, when I was like getting into music, and when, as I said, 2016, when I came back out, I was like, I'm not trying to level with, you know, anyone who's ever done it before in Scotland. Like, the people I'm trying to level with are like Stormzy, AJ Tracy, Skepta, D Block. Like, I'm trying to level with these people. Do you get what I mean? And the way I've always done my thing is like, I've tried to do as much up north as well as using social media, using YouTube, all these different things to my advantage. Like, one of the first tunes that I did, the first ever Scottish track to be dropped on Link Up TV was with, I don't know if you remember Lil Nasty, Criminal, Nasty Crew, and all that.
Yeah, Nasty Crew, of course.
That rings
of
Marcus
course.
Nasty's brothers and that. Anyway, I did a track with Lil Nasty. We flew up. I went through to Plasto, I think.
Plasto, East London.
Plasto. And we literally shot the video. It was on Link Up. At that time, people obviously weren't ready because like the comments were kind of dead. To get but like just since that time, I've just been networking with different people in the London scene. Like, I've had a tune with Murky Ace. He's sick though. He's one of my favorite MCs. I dropped a tune on SBTV called Wake Up, and then it got remixed by Maxter. He heard it, was like, yo, this tune's sick, let's remix it. And we flew down the next week, we did the video. So for me, it's been a case of like, even though I'm in Scotland, there's nothing stopping me utilising social media and all these different things to make the bridge, and then I'll just fly down or we took the bus down most times. You know how long that bus took?
How long?
13 hours.
That's dedication.
I mean? No stops as well. Boss man was moving evil that day. No stops.
Really?
Damn.
What happened? Oh yeah, there's
so the way you said that was almost if it still bothers you. Like,
yeah, man.
Damn.
100%. How long's the flight?
Oh, flight's an hour and a half from my city.
Oh, Christ. The fact that you have to fly to London, that's crazy, isn't it?
Well, it's dedication. It shows.
There
we go.
Oh
East London.
East London. There we go.
I know. So, with that being said, plug the show. Get people to tune in.
When can they tune in?
Exactly.
And where can they find you?
The Rap Game UK every Friday. Well, it's on the iPlayer now, so you can get 4 episodes on the iPlayer. It's live every Saturday after Match of the Day, so make sure you watch that. Get a drink, kick back with the family, kick back with the missus, watch a rap game.
Hey, and where can people find you?
Yeah, Ransom FA, I'm everywhere. Instagram, search Ransom FA. Spotify, Ransom FA. Instagram, everything, I just said that already. Snapchat, just Ransom FA.
Where does that come from? Just out of interest.
Oh, where does it come from? My name is FA. That's my name.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
It's spelled EFE, but it's pronounced FA.
Yeah.
So all the white dons and everyone goes, FA, you know what I mean? That's it.
All the white dons. Shout out the white dons.
Yeah, everybody.
I love that.
Ransom is just the name of the crew.
Yeah.
Well, it was the name of the YouTube channel that me and my mate used to run back in the days. And kind of like, because of the FA Cup, the football cup, that locked me off. None of my music. So then I just took the prefix of our movement at the time and then Ransom FA, and then that's how the Ransom crew
came through.
Sick.
Well, Ransom FA in the building. BBC the Rap Game's very own. Make sure you tune in.
Yeah, Rap Game. Check out my new song, Never Forget Me.
Definitely. LDNRBS will be back.